We're with David Witt at Double Bay, or Double Bay as they say in Sydney, and we're at the 18 footers because this afternoon is the SuperStars of the 18s, and of course it's got to be past SuperStars, not current SuperStars, because we've invited a few of the oldies back, and of course Witty being...
They must have been short of numbers, mate, for me to get a call. What do you reckon?
Mate, no, they expect some fast action and some good action, which you've, over the years, you've been to the forefront. Mate, what's your prediction for today? This is a huge storm at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, firstly, it's a great day for the class. I think it's a fantastic idea. And Joyce and I will quite very catching up with people we haven't seen for a long time, so I'm looking forward to it. But it's a pity the weather hasn't turned it on. Earlier in the week, we said we're going to have a 20-knot nor'easter, which would have been fantastic. But we've got this low frontal system offshore. We've got pouring with rain. Just about anything could happen with Jeffrey, but it's probably quite ironic for a skiff race. Normally anything that can't go wrong does go wrong, so probably normal.
Well, yeah, mate, this could be good news because you could be getting all the bad stuff now and get the, as the front goes through, you might get something decent afterwards. Although there could be nothing at the other side of it.
Yeah, we'll see. But I'm looking forward to it. It's great to catch up with everyone, and I've got Tommy Clout and Tommy Anderson sailing with me. He's sailed with me for many years, so.
Oh, good. So it's the old gang again.
Yeah, they can drag my old bones around a skiff today. Hopefully I can keep it in one piece.
Well, mate, don't do yourself any damage because we need you full and frontal for the couple of weeks' time. Yeah,
no, we're looking forward to that. We're working pretty hard on the scallywag. We've had Michael Coxon out every day, and he's been fantastic, and also doing a good job with us. And stay tuned. Tell
us about the Solus. What happened?
Well, I was pretty gun shy at the start because I got a lecture about what happened a couple of years ago, so I was pretty gun shy there. And we'd only just flown in for the race from King's Cup, so we just wanted to keep it pretty simple. But you know, we had some good signs there. I thought we took some time out of them down the first run, and
yeah, you did, yeah.
Then we blew some sails out.
And coming back again, you did.
Yeah, we did as well. So I think the addition of the North sails on the boat has made a tremendous difference.
It has. Have you noticed it?
Have noticed it massively. So
tell us about your spinnakers.
Yeah, well, you know, Michael Coxon and I, he was in Subic with us. We had a look at the couple of sails that we couldn't replace. We both agreed that they'd be good enough to get us through a race. That'd be all right. Unfortunately, the ship from Subic to here, it's an 8-week trip because you've got to go via Singapore. So the sail sat in the container, and I think the glue's just deteriorated in the heat in the container and all that goes. So,
oh yeah, it get hot.
Yeah, so that's a bit disappointing. But we got helped out by the InfoTrack guy, and he lent us one sail, and Cocko's repairing some others. So I think as of today, we're pretty happy where we are. We're lucky we've still got 12 days to go. I'm glad we're not starting tomorrow. But
mate, how many spinnakers have you got for the race?
We've got enough.
Oh, come on, tell us.
We've got enough. We've got enough. I think, you know, there's a lot at the loft. There's a lot on the floor at Norse at the moment, but I think...
yes, we filmed it coming in the other day.
Right, yeah, so we've got a lot there, but, you know, we're pretty happy where we are. I think it's going to be a good race, mate.
Well, mate, all the things are pointing in your direction, aren't they? Yeah.
Well, I don't know about pointing in our direction, Jeff, but certainly the boat's a lot blatter than it's ever been with the mods, and the numbers are all good. But you know, at the end of the day, Demachi and Oates and Blackjack numbers are all pretty similar. So just got to sail the best, really. I think it's going to come down to it's probably going to come down to the people and who sails the best. I don't think it's probably going to come down to the boat and the equipment. I think so. It's pretty high level. I don't think I've ever seen it. You know, the big boat, that end of the fleet. I don't think I've ever seen anybody, you know, a group of boats spend that much money and that much time. And I mean, if you look through the crew lists, it's just like...
Mate, there's a lot of heavies there.
You know, like I mean, I saw Bower Becking the other day. I walked down the dock and he's polishing the bow. Right? He'd have to be the highest paid polisher I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, Becking polishing the bow.
But you know,
tell us which way.
He's a great bloke. So
yeah, I know. Yeah. Which boat was this?
InfoTrack. InfoTrack. Yeah. So he's on there with KP and. Yeah. So you know. If you ever want to win a Hobart race, mate, I think this is the one you want to win.
Indeed, yeah. Well, especially when you've got the numbers and the numbers of boats I'm talking about.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't think there's ever been a race like this with 5 majors.
I don't think so. No, I don't think so. So yeah, we're looking forward to it. We're working hard as we always do. So see what happens.
How did the 60 end up?
Yeah, it really would. We had a good time in the King's Cup. Sponsor Fuku was there, and SH sailed in the Roja Mover, so that's all going well. But you know, there's been a little bit of criticism saying we should have been sailing the 100-footer and not the trimaran. You know, people need to understand that we're not based in Sydney. You know, we lost 5 weeks, nearly 6 weeks, the boat being delivered down here, and we had new sails ordered, and the old sails weren't even capable of training with. So, you know, we basically had no choice. We had to wait for the new sails to arrive, which only arrived 2 days before the big boat day. So that's okay. We've still got plenty of time.
So who are you taking in your crew to Hobart?
Oh, most of the Volvo guys, around the welders, and a couple of guys from other boats. You know, Phil Harmer's there from Festus. You know, there might be 1 or 2 last-minute surprises. We'll see how we go.
You're not going to tell me?
Can't tell you, Jeffrey.
I'll have to give you.
Turn that off, I'll tell you.
I'll be back, don't worry.
Okay, no worries.
So what else is on the cards? Anything else you got in since we last spoke?
No, not really. I mean,
because your operation is pretty fluid operation, isn't it? You just never know from one day to the next what's going to happen.
Yeah. You know, well, that's a bit of the nature of the business too. Isn't it? So, no, I mean, we're just 100% focused on the Hobart race now. Yeah. See how we go after that.
All right, mate. Well, happy Christmas.
Always good to see you. We better have a beer after this race. And
I think we should do.
Beer,
yeah.
right?
Well, next week we'll have one.
Good on you, mate.
Thanks,
right.
mate. Sure. We're standing in the rain in the rigging area for the 18-footers with Rob Brown, one of the superstars, the ex-superstars of the 18-footers, is in for the big race today. Brownie, are you the favourite?
Well, I don't think so. I think there's a star-studded field out there, as you're probably well aware. But it's just good to be back and have a crack at all these new boats, and we've got a few ring-ins, a few young ones that I'm a bit worried about.
How dare they?
Yeah, but yeah, the weather could have been better. I don't usually sail when it's wet, but here we are, and yeah, looking forward to it.
Well, you can think about the rum at the end of the race, mate. That's the...
Yeah, certainly. A lot of good old mates and old friends, and meeting some new crew. So these boats are pretty challenging at the best of times, and when you throw 3 people together that never sailed together, it just makes it a little bit more interesting.
Well, you earn your money, don't you?
Yeah, no, that's good.
So what have you been doing recently? Give us an update on what's...
I've been running all the development at Royal Motor Yacht Club up in Pittwater.
Oh, yeah.
New events and running all the different divisions up there, but I just recently finished up there, so I'm looking at new horizons. And this came along. If I was still working, I probably wouldn't be able to do this afternoon. So there's one benefit coming out of all of that. But yeah, look, just taking it easy, and as I say, looking for some new opportunities, and yeah. I'm sure they'll come along shortly. I'm sure they will do. Now, are you going to Hobart? No, I'm not. I haven't. I've said no. I should have said no to this, but I didn't. But no, I'm not doing Hobart this year. The last one I did was in 2015 to rack up my 10th. So I did the 50th, the 60th and the 70th. So I think that'll do me, but you never know. There might be 1 or 2 left in me some other time. Well, mate, the 75th is next. You might have to get in the middle, because it's going to be a big one next year. Yeah. All right. Good on you, Jeff. I'll take you, won't take you away from it. Go to it, and terrific. Good luck. We'll see you after the race. Good luck. Cheers.
This report is brought to you by Pantania's Sail and Power Insurance.
Yeah, no matter what sort of boat you have, whether it's a large power boat, a small yacht, a regular production vessel, give us a call at Pantania's, and we'll do our best to satisfy your needs.
Come back and have a little look at the line here. Going to get nice and close, give you the best shot we possibly can.
Knapton is right at the boat here. To leeward of him is Chris Nicholson, then down to Finport, which is Rob Greenhalgh, down to Rag and Famish, which is Joe Turner. Smeg is coming through fast, that's Trevor Barnabas, that's our driver's pick. Triple M is Witty, he's right in the middle of the line. This is going to be awesome, Mark.
Well, there's also a big cruise liner coming straight through the start fleet, straight through the line. The good ship Lady Audrey is about to cause a big issue. Anyway, that's the start. I've got Finport up at the committee boat end of the line. That's Rob Greenhalgh, probably made the best of the committee boat starts. But this line looks a little bit left to me. Yeah. We'll have to see how this pans out, see what happens to the first shift. But a clean start, despite the fact that the motorboat went straight through the line just when we didn't want that to happen. We said it might be a ferry. Well, it wasn't. It was on a Friday night in Sydney. This time of year, there's a lot of charter boats out here. So everybody's on starboard, apart from the one little boat you're about to see on screen coming across here now, which is Rag and Famish. and then the rest of the fleet on starboard. But very early days, the hard left boats, the leaders are Dalzotto and VINTEC in the hard left, winning group, middle left, and the right-hand side, the best of this group we're looking at right now is Finport. Kid, isn't he?
Yeah, he's going to make
Good
it.
on you. Good on you, Woody.
Worked that boat hard. Look at him working the trap. He's going to get Woody around. Woohoo!
There's Woody, renowned for being the best heavy air sailor in the whole 18-foot skiff fleet, and on a light day, showing him he can do it in those conditions too. So first round, Yandoo is at the first mark, race 1 of the Super Cup in first place. Second, the winning group, Seve Jarvin. Third is Finport with Rob Greenhalgh. Thinking about a jibe set, Rob? No, maybe not. He brings his bow up, back on the windward, on the mark, on camera. Oh, there's David Witt. Whoever thought that would have happened? Going the wrong side of the buoy. Woody, you can hit the buoy, but you can't take it to the wrong side of it. Kitchen Maker, they go around in fourth. That's Steve Quigley. And then it's Smeg, Trevor Barnabas, it's VINTEC, and Nick, what on earth is David Witt going to do now?
I'm not sure, but I think what he's going to have to do here is just try not to piss too many more people
Does he have a plan B?
No, I don't think he's got a plan B. Maybe he's going to back up here. I'm not sure. Look at Brownie. There's going to be words here if he hits Brownie. Oh, look. Oh, he does it with style. Brownie rolls that boat to windward and gets that little sprint underneath it. Go, Brownie.
Rob Brown, very delicate skills. Appliances online. That's Chris Nicholson as the next one round. He's going to throw in the jibe. Yeah, I think the jibe set, I thought more might have gone for that. So he's jibe setting into some clear air, following Steve Quigley on the Kitchen Maker. Next round is Royal Oak. That's Lee Knapton, our most current JJ winner in the fleet. A little bit further down the fleet than he would have wanted, but this is only race 1. There goes Dalzotto. Next, it's Rag and Famish, and that's Joe Turner. Top moth sailor, 16-foot skiff sailor as well. Nice job from him. And there we have RMarine, Pittwater.
Beashel.
Adam Beashel. Mate, he's back. He's an ex-skiff sailor, also an America's Cup sailor with Team New Zealand.
He's going to go round. He's made it.
And David Witt had to wait for the whole fleet. He did the right thing. He's got himself around, and look, on a race course like this, Jimmy, I've seen people come back from bigger losses than David Witt's in right now. It could happen, couldn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Anything can happen up here in Rose Bay today. It's
first round at the top mark for the second time with just one downwind to go. John winning on Yandoo. He's looking like he could win this first race. Got a nice little advantage, a little bit more of a gain than he had last time. Second round, Trevor Barnabas. He's gained 1 place on this beat. He did that by going hard right. All he's done is 3 tacks up this beat, 2 little ones at the end. Third round is Finport.
Then it'll be VINTEC.
VINTEC, they've improved, haven't they?
They've done so well. Dan Phillips, Dan Barnett and Tim Westwood. Great gains on that beat. Just fantastic work.
Dan Phillips of the X49er sailor. Sailed with Chris Nicholson, who was in the 49er slot for Australia in 2000, and has been carrying on sailing skiffs with various different crew, and he can show that he can helm the boat just fine. There was VINTEC.
And fifth round, big gains from old mate Prudential Rob Brownie.
Rob Brown, he's a cunning old fox, isn't he?
Go Brownie.
Rob Brown in the original Prudential wetsuit. If you look closer, you'll see the branding is still there. It's been hung up in his locker for about the last 20 years. Name still on the back. Nice job. He obviously get the mothballs on that one to keep it in one piece. And next around, winning group, Seve, Tom Slingsby and Sam Newton making a recovery from that slightly average tack before, but they're still in the hunt. They've dropped a few. They were third the first time round. This top mark, they've got a bit of work to do here. So down at the bottom, this is the finish. It's going to be John winning. Looks like he's maintained that lead sail pretty conservatively. There was only really one jibe. It's pretty much all port jibe on the way down, all starboard on the way up. That's the way it is sometimes in Rose Bay. Big advantage to be the leader, but John Winning's made no mistakes. He goes across the line first.
Finport second, I reckon.
Yeah, I think so. Finport got up to second. Joe overtook Smeg on that run. I think they jibed early, didn't they, Jimmy? And got the inside line.
Correct, yep.
So second we're going to give to Finport, third to Smeg, fourth to VINTEC. VINTEC have gone downwind, actually, just as well as they went upwind. Now we'll keep an eye on them on race 2. Great performance. And who's in fifth, Nick? Looks like you're on.
That is Brownie. Yay! On the Ilve. Awesome work by those guys. Look at them coming over this wave here. Are we with them? No, we're within VINTEC. But I'm just watching some of the guys coming downwind, and they look like they've never been off a skiff.
Yeah, just to the right of the boats on the picture. We're about to see Rob Brown. He's just finished. That gun was Rob Brown finishing.
Yeah.
And the story for the last few days, Nick, has been Rob Brown coming up with excuse after excuse about why he didn't want to do this. Now he's here. He's in his element. He's loving it. He's sailing well. I think he's pretty pleased he came, isn't he?
I think he's very keen. And I was talking to him on Tuesday when we were doing our big boat broadcast, and he was one of my commentators. And he said, "Oh no, I've pulled a hammy. I can't do it. I can't do it." And he tried to get out of it all the way till this afternoon, and he managed to come good. So next across the line is Winning Group with Seve, Sam and Tom Slingsby, who's got his knees very, very bent on that wire as they come past the front of the boat.
That was in 6th place.
Oh, 6th place, sorry. Oh no, we've got a bit of a trawl happening here with Brownie on Ilve. That's all right, they're across the finish.
Next across the line will be the Kitchen Maker, and that'll be Steve Quigley. A nice little result for race 1. Remember, we are trying to get 3 races in here if we can. We're certainly going to get 2 in. If we don't get too much of a thunderstorm, I've seen a bit of lightning in the distance. We're going to aim for 3 races. Plenty more action coming your way very soon. Next across the line, David Witt. How did he do that?
What a
Jimmy,
genius.
talk me through how on earth he did that. He was dead last and some. Look at him now.
Mate, those 3 boys will be having the time of their life today. They're great old crew. Yeah, when I was speaking to Witty last week overseas, he was telling me how much he was looking forward to it. He showed me a forecast originally at 25 knots mark, and he goes, we're definitely going regardless.
Chris Nicholson soaking deep, looking like he was sailing a keelboat there, wasn't he? Like it was showing you can run deep in a skiff as long as there's no more than 10 knots of breeze. And there's Rag and Famish, that's Joe Turner. And down the far end of the line, Adam Beashel. We just see in the distance that across the, if you can see through the rain, that is Adam Beashel on RMarine Pittwater.